Faith in the fire Daniel, Esther and courage under pressure. The golden statue towered over the crowd, its polished surface gleaming under the harsh Babylonian sun. King Nebuchadnezzar stood at the base, arms crossed, watching as officials, nobles, and soldiers bowed low before it. The command had gone out. Everyone in the kingdom was to worship this statue the moment the music played. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stood motionless in the crowd. "Did you hear that?" A nearby official sneered. "The penalty for refusing is the furnace." Abednego clenched his fists but didn't move. Meshach whispered, "We bow to God alone." The horns, lyres, and pipes blasted, and the sea of people dropped to their knees. Only 3 remained standing. Guards seized them immediately, dragging them before the furious king. Nebuchadnezzar's face darkened. "Is it true? You refuse to serve my gods?" Shadrach lifted his chin. "We have no need to defend ourselves before you in this matter." The king's nostrils flared. "Then you'll burn. And what god will deliver you from my hand?" Meshach's voice was steady. "Our God is able to save us. But even if he does not, we will not serve your gods." The furnace roared to life, flames licking 7 times hotter than usual. The heat was so intense that the guards who threw them in collapsed dead. But inside the fire, a gasp rippled through the crowd. "4," someone shouted. "There are 4 men walking in the flames." The king leapt to his feet. "The 4th looks like a son of the gods." The doors of the furnace swung open. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stepped out, untouched. Not a hair singed, not a thread of their robes burned. Only the ropes that had bound them lay in ashes. Nebuchadnezzar's voice trembled. "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who sent his angel to deliver them." Years later, in the kingdom of Persia, a new law was passed. Daniel unrolled the scroll, his stomach tightening as he read the words. For the next 30 days, anyone who prays to any god or man besides King Darius shall be thrown to the lions. His servants watched him with worried eyes. "What will you do?" Daniel didn't hesitate. He walked to his chamber, opened the windows toward Jerusalem, and knelt just as he had always done. 3 times a day, he prayed. The officials who hated him watched, smirking. They rushed to the king. "Daniel has broken your decree." Darius's face fell. He had tried all day to find a way to save Daniel, but the law was unchangeable. With a heavy heart, he gave the order. That night, the king refused food or music. He paced his chambers, imagining the worst. At the first light of dawn, he hurried to the lion's den. "Daniel," his voice cracked, "has your God saved you?" A calm reply echoed from the pit. "My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths." Daniel was lifted out, unharmed. The king's relief turned to fury as he turned to the scheming officials. "You plotted against him." His voice was deadly quiet. "Now you will face the lions." The sentence was carried out immediately. The lions, silent the night before, made quick work of their new prey. Darius issued a new decree that day. Asterisk, "In every part of my kingdom, people must fear and reverence the God of Daniel." Meanwhile, in the heart of the Persian palace, a queen hid a dangerous secret. Esther smoothed her robes, her hands trembling. She had not been summoned by the king in 30 days. To enter his presence uninvited was a death sentence unless he extended his golden scepter. But she had no choice. Her cousin Mordecai's words haunted her. "If you remain silent, deliverance will come from another place, but you and your father's house will perish. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." She had fasted for 3 days. Now it was time. Taking a deep breath, Esther stepped into the throne room. The king's eyes locked onto her. For a heartbeat, the world stood still. Then, he lifted the scepter. Relief flooded her veins. "If it pleases the king," she said, her voice steady, "let the king and Haman come to a banquet I have prepared." Haman, the king's wicked advisor, swelled with pride at the invitation. He had no idea what was coming. At the banquet, Esther revealed the truth. "I am a Jew, and Haman has plotted to destroy my people." The king's face darkened. He stormed out, then returned with a verdict. "Hang him on the gallows he built for Mordecai." And so, The Jews were saved because one woman dared to risk everything. Far away, a runaway prophet coughed up seawater. Jonah groaned, sprawled on the shore, his clothes stained with fish bile. 3 days inside the belly of a great fish had changed his mind. "All right," he muttered. "I'll go to Nineveh." The city was massive, its wickedness known far and wide. Jonah walked a single day into it, then shouted his message. 40 days, and Nineveh will be overthrown. To his shock, the people listened. The king himself tore his robes, covered himself in sackcloth, and ordered the entire city to repent. Even the animals fasted. Jonah scowled. He had wanted fire and brimstone, not mercy. But God's voice was firm. "Should I not have compassion on this great city?" Your turn. Faith isn't just stories in a book. It's choosing to stand when everyone else bows. It's praying when the law forbids it. It's risking your life for what's right. The fire didn't vanish for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but God walked through it with them. The lions didn't disappear for Daniel, but their mouths were shut. Esther still had to face the king, but her courage saved a nation. And Jonah? He learned that even when we run, God gives second chances. So what's your furnace? Your lion's den? Your moment for such a time as this. The same God who is with them is with you. Now go. Live like it.